George Clooney once spent many years saying he'd never get married again. Then Amal came along, and suddenly, Hollywood's biggest bachelor suddenly turned into a devoted husband, a father, and a whole new person. Brad Pitt knew the old George better than most. He spotted details the cameras never caught. Amal didn't simply reshape him. She made him confront the one fear he had avoided his entire life. What happens when all that charm finally runs out? George was the guy who turned being alone into something cool and enviable. Before Amal, he had built bachelor life into his personal brand. It went deeper than just staying single. Lots of stars do that. George turned it into a complete way of living. He had the stunning villas, folkals, the inner circle of friends, the constant jokes, the unshakable confidence, and that famous smile that made everyone think he had the world sorted. Brad saw through it all. He knew George's humor wasn't only for laughs. It was his shield. Every witty line, every prank, every smooth public moment kept people entertained so they wouldn't look deeper. That understanding actually strengthened their friendship. In the Ocean's movies, the world watched two incredibly handsome stars clearly having a blast. The media focused on their banter. Fans loved the energy. The crew swapped stories about their practical jokes. But Brad noticed something more complex underneath. George was the person everyone wanted nearby because he made everything feel easier and brighter. He had been married once before to Talia Balsam, and that ended back in 1993. After that, he shut down the whole idea. He dated, linked up with high-profile women whose names kept tabloids busy, but nothing lasted. To Brad, the message was clear. George could love. He was just scared of what came once the sparkle faded, the Lake Como night that changed his world. This moment has been retold so often it feels like a movie scene. July 2013 at George's villa on Lake Como. A friend asked if they could bring a guest. George said sure. Amal showed up while traveling through Italy. The lifelong bachelor met the woman who would make him question everything he thought he knew. What stuck with Brad wasn't the first meeting itself. It was how fast George started changing. He tried his usual cool act at first, joking through any nerves. But Brad knew him too well and heard the shift in his voice. This wasn't just another casual thing. Amal didn't chase his fame or get impressed by the doors he could open. She had her own impressive career, strong principles, and independent life, and that threw George off in the best possible way. He had always been the most captivating person in any room. With Amal, he finally had to step back and really listen. That was Brad's first sign this was different. Amal didn't just make him fall in love. She helped him mature. Their relationship grew through long emails, deep talks, and a memorable first date in London. Outsiders saw pure romance. Brad saw a man slowly realizing his carefully protected single life might no longer satisfy him. The bachelor becomes a committed husband. George's proposal in April 2014 felt almost impossible to picture next to his old self. The man famous for joking about never marrying again got down on one knee, nervous in front of a woman who saw past all his usual moves. Amal brought out his real side. Their Venice wedding in 2014 gave fans everything they dreamed of: the water views, boats, elegance, celebrity guests, and classic Italian romance surrounding one of Hollywood's biggest names. But the true highlight wasn't the show. It was the expression on George's face. Brad had watched him own every room, dominate premieres, and carry films with effortless star power. Standing with Amal, he looked like someone who had finally found rest. For a time, it seemed that was enough. Then in 2017, fatherhood arrived, and the real test started. Falling in love came easier than living the transformed life day after day. When the dream turned into daily routine, twins Ella and Alexander changed everything. Fatherhood wasn't just another phase for George. It was a whole new way of being. He had always followed his own schedule: film sets, travel, premieres, creative work, dinners, and late nights with friends. Twins don't follow anyone's schedule. Overnight, the center of attention star became an older dad handling midnight wake-ups, the messy realities, and quiet joys of parenting. No award or success prepares you for two little ones needing you constantly. Brad teased him about it at first. George stressing over diapers and feeling outnumbered was too perfect not to joke about. But deeper down, Brad saw real heart. George was genuinely trying to be a solid husband and involved father, determined to show Amal her faith in him was right,